seems that the federal agencies' stories seem to change. First, they were trying to convince us that these were just small manned aircrafts and that we were misidentifying them as drones. Then they tried to convince us, well, yes, now they're commercial drones and recreational drones. And now they're even trying to tell us that these are stars in some cases that we're seeing and we're misidentifying for drones. It is ridiculous that the American people, and particularly members of Congress who have a responsibility to not just protect our constituency, but have a say in matters of national security, cannot get this information, cannot get a classified briefing. We're going to be offered a briefing today by the White House and Department of Homeland Security at 2:30 today, but it's not a classified briefing. And so I'm sure the information we're going to be receiving is the same stuff we've been seeing on Twitter, which is ludicrous. And so I'm very frustrated by this process. Personally, I believe that these are government operated drones. I don't know whether they're doing some type of counterterrorism activity or exercises, or maybe testing some new equipment for our law enforcement or military. But the bottom line is they should be honest with the American people. If it's classified, they don't need to give us the details to the public. They should give it to the members of Congress, but at least say what it is in terms of that it is military exercises. That I think would be satisfactory to most people, to not think that we're somehow being invaded by another country or another planet.
Of course, Bloomberg can't confirm whether that is the case, as we don't have that information either. Just quickly, though, Congresswoman, in the interim, while everyone's trying to figure out what's going on, do you believe police in New York, other authorities, should have the authority to shoot these things down, or does that present its own kind of danger?
Well, I think in a densely populated area like New York, where we've seen these drones flying over military installations, residential communities, over buildings, over critical infrastructure like the Verrazano Bridge, obviously shooting them down is a concern. But where they're coming over the water shoreline, as we've heard happening in New Jersey, then they should be shot down. And if there needs to be better communication between these agencies. Like, if it is indeed, we find out that it is a federal agency that's operating these drones, wouldn't it be nice if our local law enforcement actually knew about it? If our local military installation knew about it? As far as I'm concerned, and that my conversations with them, they know nothing. They have no idea where these drones, who's operating these drones, and for what purpose. So there definitely is a lack of communication between the federal agencies and also with the different levels of government. Federal government doesn't seem to be keeping the state or the city informed, and that is, I think, very problematic.